RT correspondent Manuel Rapalo is outside Baltimore City Circuit Courthouse with the very latest. Manny, what are you learning tonight?
Hi, Anya. As you mentioned, there was a mistrial. That was the big takeaway today after 3 days of a jury deliberation in the trial of Officer William Porter for his role, his potential role in the death of Freddie Gray last year. Now, I don't think that anyone thought that it was outside of the realm of possibilities for this to end in a mistrial. The jurors had to be unanimous on those charges. And of course, yesterday they had passed a note along to the judge in the trial saying that they had reached a deadlock. Of course, the judge then asked them to continue deliberating. That bled into today, and earlier this afternoon it was announced that it would be a mistrial because the jurors could not break that deadlock. Now, we did get statements from City Council. We did hear words from Freddie Gray's family attorney. That would be Billy Murphy, the family attorney for Freddie Gray. Let's take a listen to what he had to say following that announcement.
You have heard that jury could not reach a verdict, and you know now that that doesn't mean anything about the future. And so no one should take away anything other than this jury tried and couldn't get the job done, even though they worked hard, and even though they worked in good faith, and even though they represent a cross-section of the community.
So, Anya, that was the reaction from the family attorney. Of course, this isn't, like he said, this isn't the end of this trial. There will be a retrial. The attorneys here in this case have announced that tomorrow, Thursday, they will be coming back to the courthouse to announce when that retrial is going to take place. Now, as far as Officer Porter goes, he's still facing those same charges, which are among them involuntary manslaughter, second-degree assault, reckless endangerment, and misconduct. And just to reiterate one of those points that you made earlier about what this investigation is looking into is exactly what happened in the back of that police van that resulted in those severe injuries that ultimately resulted in the death of Freddie Gray. Prosecutors have been trying to find out exactly why it was that Officer William Porter did not buckle the seatbelt for Freddie Gray, why Officer Porter failed to call for a medic following those pleas of distress made by Freddie Gray, and of course the frustration here in the city of Baltimore that ultimately turned into peaceful protests this afternoon here outside of City Hall, as well as marching through the streets here in this part of Baltimore. I want to play you a short clip of what some of the folks that we talked to earlier today at those demonstrations had to say.
If we're angry down here, everybody in the city is angry. Everybody else, they have a right, every citizen has a right to be angry.
To be honest with you, I'm not really shocked at the way things turned out. I mean, the system has let us down time and time again, and I'm just here to support and to see that at least the other 5 officers be convicted.
Out of all the officers that was on trial, I think this guy probably was the most innocent one. I don't think he really had too much to do with anything, you know.
At one time, we can call them because they're supposed to protect us, but they seem like they're the biggest enemies of all, and they got a green light. Somebody giving them permission. They're getting away with it too much, and it's sad.
Nothing is being done about it. Somebody has to be held accountable.
So there you have it, Anya. Those are some of the emotions that we're hearing from people, a whole variety of points of view that you're hearing from people here out in the streets demonstrating. Of course, we'll know more about when that retrial is going to be, when it's announced by the attorneys tomorrow. And of course, as you can see behind me, it's quieted down quite a bit. It's a much more peaceful scene than we saw earlier. There were protests a few moments ago, maybe about an hour ago, here in front of the different media that's been set up. Protesters making sure that their voices got heard, getting in front of a lot of the TV cameras, trying to get their points of view across, saying that there will be no live interviews tonight, that tonight is a night for us to be heard. That's what the protesters here were saying. Of course, much quieter scene, but we are anticipating more demonstrations to take place as the retrial begins and as those other 5 trials begin here in the coming weeks and months. Anya, back to you.
RT correspondent Manuel Rapalo reporting from Baltimore. Thank you.